Hello there everybody, it is I, Tony aka TTBurger, and welcome back to my Croc series review. Part 1, I took a look at Croc Legend of the Gold on the PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and PC, and gave it an 8.5 out of 10 because of the camera problems, among other things. And today, for Part 2, I will be looking at Croc 2. Now, this game is only released on the PlayStation, and does this game fare any better than the first game? I mean, like, does it fix the problems and make it of its predecessor make it better? Well, I'll have to find out. Now, to be honest here, with Croc 2, I was actually really looking forward to this game because it was the sequel to one of my favorite platform games of all time, and I was so excited to get it. And when I first heard it was released in September of 1999, I remember going to KB Toys and buying it because I was like, "Whoa, cool! Croc 2, the sequel to that awesome game you play as a crocodile on the platformer trying to defeat Baron Dante and his Dantini friends and stuff like that." And it was so cool. I mean, like, it was really cool. But unfortunately, Croc 2 is actually worse than its predecessor. Now, how do you make a sequel to a great platformer and make it bad? Well, simple. Take all the problems of the first game, make them worse, and then add some new problems in it, and then boom, there you go. That's Croc 2. Now, for Croc 2, first I will talk about the good parts of it. When we start the game here, we are greeted by this cutscene that shows this Gobo professor, well, his name is Professor Gobo, and he's working on something. And right now, the cutscene looks really nice. It's pretty much on par with the first game's opening cutscene, and everything's fine and dandy. You can see that he's working on his airplane there, and he decides he's had enough, and he decides to go and just go back home. He's done for the day. But as Professor Gobo is walking home, he hears a little noise commotion in the background. And as we see it here, what does he spot? It's the Dantinis. Baron Dante's troops are planning to revive Baron Dante. And with him being brought back to life, Professor Gobo tries to escape, but he is captured by Baron Dante and the Dantinis, and that's where the story takes place. But meanwhile, in the Gobo Valley, Croc is playing on the beach with the Gobos and finds a message in a bottle that explains that the people who sent the message in the bottle are looking for their child. And Croc is shocked by this and takes the message to King Rufus, the king who he had rescued in the first game, and he tells Croc that he needs to look for other Gobos who may be able to help him find the people who sent the message, who, lo and behold, are Croc's parents. And yeah, that's pretty much two stories here. You have Professor Gobo who is captured by Baron Dante, and you have Croc trying to find his parents. The two stories mesh together really well, and surprising and interestingly enough, it's a better story than the first than Croc Legend of Gobo's story, and I like that. I mean, the story is probably one of the best parts of the game. Another thing that's great about the game is the presentation. The graphics look on par with Croc Legend of the Gobos, and in fact they look a little bit better looking with the colors and stuff. The textures are a little bit crisper, and the Croc character model looks better. My only complaint though is the Gobo models. Instead of the furry looking creatures from Gobo creatures from the first game, here we got these orange little characters with huge ass eyes and stuff, and they don't look as good as the Gobos in the first game, and that's just kind of a nitpick there. But yeah, sound is also pretty good. Like, the best part about the sound is the music. The music is still really good. In fact, even though some of the tracks in this game are remixes from the first game, they still hold up really well. The voice acting, well, I'm gonna put on quotes voice acting because the voice acting is just mainly gibberish and stuff like that. The voice acting with the conversations is pretty good. I mean, I know the Gobo voice acting can get a little annoying. It's all squeaky like and stuff, but what do you expect? They're little orange little creatures and stuff, so they're gonna sound all squeaky like looking stuff. And Croc's sounds the best at that. I mean, like, Croc's voice, the gibberish voice, fits Croc really well, and I like that. It's pretty good. But I do have to complain that the lines of dialogue, like the lines they speak in the gibberish in the game, are pretty dumb. Like they all talk in third person stuff, and that's just kind of lame. Because the Gobos always refer to themselves as Gobo, and they'll and when they're talking to Croc, they'll say Croc help this, Croc help that, and stuff. It's just that was just a little bit weird in my taste, but yeah, it doesn't really affect the sound at all. But still, it was just weird. But for the most part, though, the sound is really good. Now, the bad part about this is the gameplay. For starters, I mean, right now, like it's not the most broken game ever, but it's really close to being almost unplayable. The camera is still a big issue. Hell, the camera is even worse this time because the levels are bigger and wider and stuff. I mean, in the hub worlds, like I mentioned, this time you have hub worlds where you can go from mission to mission and stuff. I mean, yeah, the levels are basically missions this time. You gotta go do a task and stuff, and the missions are longer, which is great. But the camera is worse than it was before, simply because like you're in wide open levels, bigger levels, and it makes the camera even more frustrating. I can't tell you how many times I've died because of this. And falling and jumping, well, the camera will kill you, but it's nowhere near as bad as the main flaw, which I'll get to later. But the gist of Croc 2 here is pretty much on par with Croc Legend of the Gobos. It's a platformer. You gotta get to the end of the level. You have to like find a key to rescue a Gobo, retrieve save the mascot from save the bird mascot from a thief, find the Gobo sandwich, which is a little bit ridiculous, and win a snowman contest, ride a hang glider, or do a boat race and stuff. And there's more variety in the missions, and I like that. I mean, like, I like variety in games, and variety here is what they have. But there are but of course there are some problems here and stuff. Like for this time, the health system here is a little bit screwy. You start off with like 3 to 4 hearts at first, and every time you get hit or something, it takes 1 heart away. Which, of course, yeah, a lot of games do that, but those are pretty much your lives. And even if you fall in lava like that, they'll give you like a chance to redeem yourself. But if you're falling in like a wide open area, like a lava like that, or like ice or so, or like just like some molten area, you'll fall, you'll bounce around a few times, going ow ow, hot ooh ooh, and you'll just go back to where you're at. This game does have a better checkpoint system. Like the checkpoint system are gongs this time, so that's pretty cool. Like the points are gongs, and like it just kind of similar how it was to like the first game, except you mainly don't hit a gong at the end. And you also have a shop to buy stuff like bouncing gummy stairs that can help you reach high places for secrets like that. And this wind-up Gobo, which can help you get secrets as well. And you can buy hearts and stuff to increase your health. You can only get up to 9 because according to Swap Meets Pete, the store we get the stuff from, it's the law. But like even with, I mean, like when you get your hearts all maxed up, it's still a pretty frustrating game. I mean, this isn't frustrating in the challenge way either. I mean, there are times where the challenge factor is perfect, but there are times where the challenge factor is ridiculous. And the worst part I gotta say about the game, my main complaint about the game I gotta say, is the jump button. Now you're probably thinking, the jump button? What's wrong with the jump button? Well, the jump button can be very delayed at times or won't work, and you'll end up falling to your death. I can't tell you how many times I've died because of the jump button not being responsive a lot. And this was not a problem in the first game. Because like you didn't have a heart system like that, and you were able to get lives and stuff easily. But here, since the life system is basically also your health system, losing the lives and the hearts like that, you got to be extra careful. And also for the fact that because the camera's so bad, you can even fall. You can't turn the camera like that unless you turn Croc. You'll even fall to your death. And as you can see here in some of the footage, I'm barely moving. I'm moving very slow. The reason for that is to be sure he doesn't fall off and die because of the camera. I mean, you can't even. I mean, I know a lot of games back for the PlayStation did not have a manual camera system, but Gex Enter the Gecko and Gex 3 Deep Cover Gecko came out before this, and you had an option to either use a manual camera, a semi-automatic camera, and an automatic camera, and it worked fine. So why doesn't this game have that? I know I'm rambling on here about this camera, but like, the camera could really get you killed. and the jump button as well. I didn't beat. I mean, I tried really hard to beat this game. There are four worlds to go into, just like the first one, plus an extra bonus level. But I really could not beat this. I tried my hardest. I know a reviewer is not supposed to say that he sucks at a game, but it was just not just me who didn't like this game. There was a lot of people on GameFAQs and stuff who didn't like this game either because of the frustrating camera and the jump button. But the problem is that this game had the potential to fix the problems with the first game, and it just fails miserably. I mean, look at this. Like one hit does, like, because of the jump button, or because he got too close. But another complaint I have about the health system is that, like, when you die, you start out with 3 hearts, so you gotta keep replaying certain levels in order to get all your lives back. This boat race here in Sailor Village, the first world, I can't tell you how many times I had to keep going back and playing that level just to get all my lives back. And also for the swap meets general store, most of the items are very expensive. You end up wasting money, like wasting time buying these dummy savers to get the secrets and such, when in reality it's good to just avoid them. I mean, even when you beat the final boss, because the boss will open up, even if you didn't beat all the levels in that world, you still gotta beat all the worlds no matter what. And there was one world where you were with this bomb level. I forget the guy's name was Roger, and he was like Roger something goes kaboom. I mean, I'm drawing a blank here. That level is what ended it for me, because I literally was trying so hard, but like with the jump button being fatal and the camera being so bad and the bombs on a time limit, I got far and stuff. It's just about that it's just a frustrating game. Like and even they have the color gems here, but collecting the color gems is pretty much not worth it. Not worth it because like they're hidden in very dangerous areas, and with where the life system is, like it's not worth it. And you're probably thinking, like, do you like hate this game completely, Tony? The truth is, no, I don't hate this game completely, because I did try my hardest to get far in it, but like the problem is that like this game here it's just a mess. I mean, it's not the worst game ever, because like it's just very unplayable. I mean, this game has good things for it: the story, the graphics, the sound, everything else. But the main part, the gameplay, is what killed it. I mean, the game. I mean, of course, you had the Game Boy Color versions of the games, which were terrible. But here, like, that frustrating camera and that jump button are your worst enemies, and it'll cause you to quit. And I certainly did quit. And I got to the end of the second world, or like I said, there were 4 worlds and stuff, and I tried my hardest here. But like, no matter how hard I tried, I could not get past it. But is it a horrible game? No. But it's simply nowhere near as good as the first one. So my final rating goes like this. Croc 2 could have fixed the problems that its predecessor had with the camera angles and stuff like that and such. And of course it could have fixed the status of the controls a little bit too in the first game. But instead it makes that worse. I mean, it has a good storyline, has great graphics and a great soundtrack and stuff, and great gibberish voice acting, but the gameplay is what killed it. I will be giving this game a 5 out of 10, because everything else is good except for the gameplay, and a 5 out of 10 is perfect for this. And that's pretty much it for the Croc games. Now, I wouldn't, now for these 2 games, definitely pick up the first one, but the second one, if you can ignore the bad camera angles and the jump button and stuff being flawed at times, then I'd say you'll have fun with this. But people like me, not so much. That's pretty much all I gotta say. This is Tony, aka TTBurger. Peace out and have a great day, and see you later. Take care.